Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
We're looking at the new incarnation of the famous Camp Nou, now even more prominent as the symbol of the Catalan capital. So we're very much on the way now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I really like the look of Florian Wirtz, Peter. What's impressed me most is his decision-making, which has been grown through his youth years. That comes from his wonderful understanding of the space around him, and he can dictate the tempo of his play accordingly. And he's going to be a superstar in years to come.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much.
Xavi Simons, and it's Barrios. Now that's well seen too. Nice sequence of passes this. Can he get it through? And a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Xavi Simons plays it short. That's very neat. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely weighted ball.
Oh, they can break here.
Sangare. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And Pablo Barrios. Guadalajara are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Now it's Okafor. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He won't be happy with that one. Williams. Sangare. And Williams. Fran Garcia. And he goes cross-field.
And he's in on goal.
Olise.
And here's the chance to counter.
And it's Prados. And Ryerson. That's a good foray he's making. Almost half an hour in now. Prados plays a sharp little ball here. And reclaimed it in a trice. Fran Garcia venturing down the left. Thiaw. And it's Simons.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Iñaki Williams.
Such good technique.
He's shifting through the gears here. Iñaki Williams
Showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
and that was asking for too much. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Looking to play him in. Good ball, good take. Williams! It's in! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Guadalajara are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Pablo Barrios did just about enough to come out on top there. And the referee has signalled for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Guadalajara with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. Away we go again. Guadalajara currently ahead by the smallest of margins. And here's Brahim Diaz. Xavi Simons. Sangare. That's Brahim Diaz. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Done delicately, and he cuts out the supply. Brahim Diaz. Olise. And it's Prados. Prados. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's picked his way through. Nice interception, well timed. And he's quick to get rid. Xavi Simons, and he welcomes it in. Tacho kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Can he finish? And he hits the net. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the
shot, surely! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Guadalajara find a position of real strength now.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And here's Rafinha, and here's Olise. And it's Prados. Guadalajara have scored 2 quick goals here. And here's Olise. Oh, that's fabulous. Okafor. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Williams. Turns back here, probably the best option. City pokes it out wide. And here's Rafinha, and the shot's on here, and he shoots! Okafor is onto it in a flash. That pass has been well intercepted. He's having a shot! Pacho. 75 minutes played. And he can thump it away. Looking for a corner.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
El dorsal 24, el dorsal 19 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 4, el dorsal 11, el dorsal 36, el dorsal 30, el dorsal...
It's their second corner of the game.
They've played it short.
Mudryk. And now they can spring out of defence. Okafor going after that. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well read, nice interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And here's Mudryk. Guadalajara can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Ryerson gets across to intercept that. Now it's Rafinha. Threads one in, and it's been played through. And the finish! And he's stuck it away! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Chelsea may be down, but not out just yet. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Mudryk has the space to scheme. Oh, that's nice. And that will be the final act. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And all that remains for me... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
It is a fantastic, tight venue. The New Balance Arena now looking every bit...
Tries a shot!
Not a bad try by any means.
Rafinha has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Wits! He's in a great position here. Olise!
Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Chelsea are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Chelsea breakthrough nice and early, just as they wanted it. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he latch on to this?
Foot in.
Mavropanos. Almada. Wits. And it's Prados. Now Beñat Prados.
Quarter of an hour played.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's on it, can he get away?
Oh, looks like he's been taken out there.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Ambitious ball here. Ryerson is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Simons. Now it's Okafor. Chance here to counter. Almada.
He's shifting through the gears here.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nicely aimed pass.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's had it taken off him. Great vision.
Okafor showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Okafor chasing after it.
Guadalajara are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Good ball, good take. Shot a goal! And that's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Chelsea are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
City. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And here's Brahim Diaz.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Almada. Plays a sharp little ball here. Goes for a shot! Yes! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Chelsea find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Now it's Okafor. Olise. Pass somewhat off target.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Barrios.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And for the first half, that is that. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
È possibile vedere la piantina dello stadio. Attenzione, un cambio.
So off we go again. Guadalajara decide to shake things up. There has been a change in personnel. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
And here's the chance to counter.
Well timed, excellent interception. Nicely weighted ball. Simons! Oh, good finish! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So could they be onto something here? Now it's Rafinha. Over to the right flank. He's picked his way through. Oh, that's nice. And it's Prados. Now it's Rafinha. And the finish! Well taken goal. It's all becoming so easy.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So now the difference is 3.
Zielinski. That is lovely. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Not the most accurate pass.
È di 15.601 spettatori.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Okafor.
Okafor really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Guadalajara still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Sangare. Chiao. And Sangare. Simons. Oh, such a clever touch.
Real chance! Keeper's got his work done.
Ah, that's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Ryerson. Olise has found the net here, of course. Sends it crossfield. Almada.
Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Now then, the ball's come loose.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Okafor. Petrovic claims comfortably. Tries to pass it through. Olise.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He has found the way through. Pressing high and with purpose. Sangare. And here's Iñaki Williams. Now it's Zielinski. Now this could...
And the shot!
Ryerson. Nicely shaped ball. Pass is just off target.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Deftly away. And that is as far as it goes. Guadalajara suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round.
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way